Burn, Snow Maiden. It had been snowing for 3 days in a row. Not the light, beautiful snow you see in postcards, but heavy, sticky. It clung to the wires, bent tree branches, and turned the road into a grey mush. People try not to linger in places like this, but Artyom did. He was driving along a highway that led into the forest, a shortcut suggested by the navigator. Error. The connection had been lost about 20 minutes ago. That's when he first saw her. She was standing by the side of the road. White coat, long dark hair, and something strange. She wasn't waving, didn't ask him to stop. She was just looking and smiling. Artyom drove about 10 meters and braked. Damn. He looked in the mirror. The girl was still standing there. A thought flashed through his mind. Leave it, it's none of your business. But another thought was stronger. Night, frost, alone. He reversed. As he pulled closer, she didn't budge. Need a ride? He said, rolling down the window. She leaned a little closer. And then he realized she really was beautiful. Not pretty, not cute, but the kind of beauty that was hard to tear your eyes away from. Aren't you afraid to stop? She asked quietly. It's colder than scary. Her smile widened, then opened the door. She sat down next to him, carefully, as if she didn't want to dirty the car, but there wasn't a drop of snow on her coat. Artyom noticed it immediately. Where are you from? He asked, starting off. Lost. In the woods. Among people. He grinned. Got it. Philosophy. She turned to him. Where are you going? To the city. It's about 40 kilometers. Will we make it? He glanced at her. So, any other options? She didn't answer. 5 minutes later, the car felt colder. Artyom turned up the heat. Aren't you cold? No. Really? -20. She ran her finger along the glass. A thin line of frost appeared where she touched. I'm used to it. Artyom frowned. You're weird. You are too. Why? You stopped. They drove in silence. The forest grew denser. The road narrowed. And then he noticed something else. Tracks in the road. Fresh, as if someone had recently walked. Barefoot. He slowed down. Do you see that? Yes. Are these yours? She looked ahead. What do you think? At that moment, the engine coughed and stalled. Oh, no. Artyom tried to start it again. Nothing. Again. Silence. He cursed. Excellent. Simply perfect. He turned to her. Does your phone work? She shook her head slowly. Nothing works here. Then we have to go. Where? He looked at the road and suddenly realized there wasn't a single light anywhere. At all. There must be a village here. He muttered. There must be. You know the way. She looked at him. Yes. Then lead the way. She opened the door and stepped out. The snow crunched underfoot, but only under his. She walked ahead easily, leaving almost no trace. Artyom caught up with her, feeling a strange tension, as if he'd already made a mistake, but hadn't yet realized what it was. Listen, he said. What's your name? She didn't turn around. What would you call me? Well, I don't know. Nastya. Lyra. She stopped and turned slowly. Snow Maiden. He chuckled. Seriously? You don't like it? It's too fairytale-like. Are you sure this is a fairy tale? They came out into a clearing. There stood a house. Old, wooden, with broken windows, but a light was on inside. Are you serious? Artyom frowned. We should go that way. Is there someone there? Yes. Who? She smiled. Those who also stopped. The door creaked. It was warm inside, and it smelled. of something sweet. There were people sitting in the room. 3. A man, a woman, and a guy about 20 years old. Everyone turned to them at once and smiled. "Newcomers," the man said. "Come in," the woman added. Artyom felt something inside him tighten. "Listen," he said quietly to Snegurka. "I don't like this." "It's too late," she whispered. "What do you mean?" She looked into his eyes, and for the first time, her smile disappeared. "You've already stopped." He wanted to go out, turn around, run away, but the door slammed behind him, loudly, abruptly, and the light in the room grew brighter, too bright. What the? He turned around. The people in the room didn't move. Not at all. It was as if they'd become dolls. What's going on? Snow Maiden came closer, very close. "Every year it's the same," she said quietly. "Someone drives. Someone stops. Is this some kind of joke?" "No." She raised her hand and touched his cheek. Her fingers were icy. "Do you know the fairy tale?" "What other?" "Where Snow Maiden can't live among people." Artyom took a step back. "You're sick." "Perhaps." "I'm leaving." He tugged at the door. It wouldn't open. Harder. Useless. He turned around. The people in the room were already standing. Closer. Much closer. "They also thought they could leave," she said. "Who are they?" "The ones who stopped." The fire flared up in the fireplace, more powerful than it should have been. The flames rose almost to the ceiling, and suddenly Artyom understood. Too late. "Burn, Snow Maiden." He whispered. She smiled, and the fire was reflected in her eyes. Yes. She approached the fireplace and took a step inside, but she didn't burn. She disappeared into the flames, and at that moment, the people in the room moved toward him. The last thing he heard was a voice. From everywhere now. "Thank you for stopping." The road was cleared in the morning. The car was found quickly. The door was open. No one was inside. Only a thin line of frost on the glass, as if someone had traced it with a finger and written one word. "Wait."